Hello, hello. Natalia Hart here. How are you today? I am going live. Okay, there we go. Happy Tuesday. We meet every single Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our live love talk. This live love talk is personal coaching, personal training for you. So if you have any questions, let me know and I will answer them next Tuesday. Okay. So today, the topic for today is how to avoid self-sabotaging. And one of the number one self-sabotaging patterns or behaviors or mistakes that we make as women when we have this desire of finding the man, finding the love of our lives, and this is what shows up. You know, if you have been listening to me for a while, if you have been around me for a while, you do know that I always said the same thing. It's enough for us to say, I desire something, to put it out there and say, hey, God, I really want this. I really desire this. I'm yearning for this amazing relationship with a man. For things, you know, the power of unmanifesting happening. Things will happen. It's just the way life works. So, and sometimes what happens is we get discouraged when that happened, and we self-sabotage. So, what is self-sabotaging? In a nutshell, in a very, very succinct way, self-sabotaging is when we want something, we have this strong desire, we are connected with our desire to meet the man, create a family, leave legacy through marriage, have an intimate, juicy relationship with a man where we are seen and heard and adored and cherished. As women, we really our main deep desire is to be cherished by the men we are with. And so we do have that strong desire, we recognized it, and then the way we behave to achieve that or manifest that or whatever you want to call it, or the ways, the things we do go against that. So we have this desire and we go ahead and try to get it. And then we start to behave or do things or be in a way that goes against that. Okay. So something, to give you an example, something that happens a lot is we are like, okay, I'm ready. And I create the dating profile and I make it all pretty and very authentic. And we have the pictures and the right script, the right copy, everything is great. And then we meet the guy, we go on a date and it goes great. We hit it off, we like him, he likes us, and everything seems to be happening as we want it to happen. And then he doesn't call us for 2 days. And we get all insecure and start texting him back. Or he says something that in our perception, we hear it as wrong or we feel it as wrong. And then we get into, having the talk and saying, hey, what that means and da-da-da. And all those things at that stage in the relationship where you are just getting to know him are not going to make him get closer to you and wanting to get to know you better. Okay. Hi, Lativa. I would love to join one of these live sessions when I'm not in work mode. Just checking in and wanting to support you. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, sweetie. Yes, definitely. The replay is going to be here and it's going to be on YouTube and Facebook. So it's going to be all over the place. And I know you are going to have questions. So you just send me the questions and I'm here to support you. I love supporting women and I want all of us to have an amazing relationship with a man, and that is possible. So anyway, thank you for sharing that. So we were talking about that. I give you an example of how self-sabotaging could show up in your life. So why that happens? Why that happens? Okay, why we do those things? Sometimes we do them unconsciously. Sometimes we really don't see that we are self-sabotaging. Okay, so that requires a different kind of work, because there are some things that we do that come from our unconscious mind, come from our, the way we have been forever, for our whole life, and we really don't see them as self-sabotaging behaviors. So there is that. And another reason is that I want you to imagine a thermostat. I love this analogy. I learned it from Tony Robbins. It's a thermostat. Imagine a thermostat. So it has a certain temperature, okay? And let's say you live in Las Vegas, like I do, where the temperatures here during summer can get up to 110 and above. So you have this thermostat for your air conditioner in your house set up at 72 degrees. So anytime the temperature inside of your house gets up to 72 or 73, the thermostat will kick in, the air conditioning will kick in to keep the house comfortable at a 72 degree temperature. So that's what happens. That's very simple to understand, right? Yes. So I invite you to consider that we as women, we also have a thermostat for our comfort zone, for how much intimacy with a man we can comfortably right now with the way we are, with our thoughts the way they are, with our emotional level, with our experiences from the past, with our beliefs of what is possible for us and what is not possible for us, with all that creates our identity. We have a thermostat. So when we go and we put it out there that we have this desire of creating an amazing relationship with a man, we are going to go ahead and behave in ways that are going to be okay with that thermostat. They're going to be comfortable. Now, anytime that we get out of that thermostat, out of that temperature, so anytime that our temperature gets to 72, our inner thermostat will kick in and it will make us do something that will keep us into that comfort zone, into that comfortable area where we feel safe, intimately safe. We feel like it's our area where we are comfy. So a big part of avoiding self-sabotage is to get really clear of what our limits are. So what is my limit? What is that area where I am good, I am doing good, I am going on dates, I'm meeting these great guys, and I am being secure, I'm being confident, I am communicating in a way that, it feels good, and everything is going good, and then all of a sudden, bam, I start texting him all day long because he didn't text us for 3 days. And we start to think that we are losing him, and we start chasing him. So what is that? What is my level? And once we recognize and have clarity on that, we have clarity on what kind of thoughts get triggered when we reach our limit. We get clear on what kind of behaviors we do when we reach that limit. We can start little by by little baby steps, we can start to take baby steps aligned, this is an important word, that are aligned with our intention of fulfilling this desire of being in an amazing relationship. Now, this is not something that we can do like go from 0 to 10 in 1 week. This is something that it requires a lot of kindness, a lot of love, a lot of patience, all these feminine character traits that we do have. So you do have them inside of you. It's a matter of feeding that rather than feeding the anxious thought that is that is pulling you, compelling you to take that action that is not aligned with what you desire, is to start little by little by little, taking baby steps to align with this new you that is growing every day, more confident, more secure, more, feeling safe. And that clarity, knowing your limit, is going to give you a lot of confidence, because it's going to give you this sense of, okay, I'm all right. It's just that I am reaching that point where I am about to feel a little bit unsafe. So what can I do? What way of being could I adopt right now to bring a little bit more safety? You remember, ladies, that we hold the pace of the relationship. So we do. At the end of the day, women, we are the ones that have control over the pace of the relationship. So if you see that you are reaching your limits and you are about to be pushed into taking an action or behaving in a way that is not aligned with the fulfillment of your desire, you can always pull back in a healthy way, communicating with him and saying, hey, I feel a little bit nervous now. This is new terrain for me. So what about we take it a little bit slower? So you can always communicate, because you have control over the pace of the relationship. He doesn't. We do have control over that. Okay. So that's in a nutshell about talking about self-sabotage, how it is, why it happens, and why it's kind of normal. We all have a certain level where we are going to get really uncomfortable, and we are going to feel a little bit unsafe, and we are going to have a hard time breaking through that ceiling. It's like the famous, ceiling glass that they talk on the corporate, in business, in corporations. They are like, oh my God, women, we have a glass ceiling. Well, I want you to imagine that we do have an inner glass ceiling. And in order for you to fulfill your desire of meeting this great guy and creating an amazing relationship, maybe that's something that you never ever had before. Maybe that's something that you don't have a model for. Maybe you grew up in a family where that wasn't modeled for you. It wasn't something that you grew up seeing. So it's going to be really scary. So I invite you to take baby steps. So I'm going to talk now the one self-sabotaging pattern that I see a lot with my amazing, beautiful, powerful women that I talk to, that I work with. And that I had too. Back in the day, about 20 years ago when I started this journey. I had it too. So I know it from my own experience. I know how I broke through it, and I help my clients to break through them. Okay. So is this, when you see that you are reading all the books about relationships and dating, you are listening to all the podcasts, watching all the YouTube videos, going through all the seminars, you are taking action. I know, I see you, I recognize you. That was me. I was very comfortable in that realm of the intellect. And by the way, that's all masculine energy. That's all boy energy. Remember, the masculine is in the head and the feminine is in the heart. So we get trapped in that area of learning and learning and learning and learning and not taking inspired, aligned action, or say in other words, the right action, because you are taking action. Back in the day, I was taking action. I was learning. I was reading the books. I was watching the seminars. I mean, I was journaling and doing all the things, but I actually wasn't dating. I wasn't dating. I didn't even have well, back then, dating apps weren't a thing. Believe it or not, that show you my age right there and then. But right then, back then, I used eHarmony, and it was a website. So we didn't have dating apps. So nowadays it's so much more better in certain ways. And, like everything with technology, it comes with good things and bad things. Dating apps are like, are like money. In itself, is not a good thing or a bad thing. It's what we do with it and the attitude. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, so I was doing all the things, but I wasn't taking aligned, inspired action. I wasn't actually going out on dates. I wasn't putting myself out there. I was always with my girlfriends and going to yoga with girls and, doing things with girls. And so that is, if you feel like you are having this intense desire, and I know you do, because I haven't met one woman yet, and I have met thousands, that when they get real, when they get really, really deep in a conversation with me, that they don't want, if they don't have it, they want to be in an amazing relationship with the right guy. So if that is your desire, and you are finding yourself that you are taking all that action in the area of the mind, but when it comes to the heart and going out there and practicing and meeting men and, practicing different tools and skills to get better at it, that, with all my love, it's a self-sabotaging act. You are self-sabotaging yourself. If you want this and you are not taking aligned, inspired action on meeting men, your behavior is sabotaging you, because you are not going to meet him. You see, he's not going to come and knock at your door. I mean, that happens once in a blue moon. But the reality of it is that when I broke through that self-sabotaging habit, and I got real with what my limit was and why I was doing that, and I decided to be courageous and take baby steps, and I created my profile, and then I went on a first date, and then that I ended up going on 200 dates, 200 first dates in 2 years. I made a commitment to keep learning, keep getting better, keep aligning myself with the woman that was fit to have that relationship. But I committed to go on 3 dates a week. And that's what I did. And I had a ton of fun. And, I had a client sending me a text not too long ago telling me, Natalia, I was so afraid to go dating. And thanks to your coaching, now I am going on dates and I am having so much fun. And it doesn't have to be a gruesome, a bad experience, okay? So we can make it fun. We are smart, we are creative, we are resourceful, we are full of inner resources. We can change our mindset. We are not a tree. We are not planted in a place and we're going to stay there forever. So I know we can do that. So that would be my talk for today. Is in this video, to wrap it up, I taught you what self-sabotaging is, how it shows up in our life. One of the main self-sabotaging behaviors that as women we practice, that we don't even see it as a self-sabotaging act, and how to break through. So go back if you want. If you are listening to this and you're just coming to the live, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I see so many people on Instagram. Thank you. And go back, watch the whole thing, share with me what one thing, what inspired action you are going to take this week, and come back and let me know. Share with me so I can hold you accountable, and we can have a conversation about it. So thank you so much for watching this. I love you. I appreciate you. I know who you are. You are an amazing, amazing woman. And I know that your dreams, your desires are a lot closer to be fulfilled today than they were yesterday. So much love. Bye.